we have studies which brought out the situation of the sanitation worker during the COVID period, and those studies brings out that how badly they are being treated. Badly treated in the sense that they are almost forced to do this work. They have to do this work in a way, but at the same time, they are not given salaries on time. There are no safety net and safety instruments that are provided to them. Very less of them get that. That is how it has come out of the study. And the salaries are not paid on time. So this has been observed during this period. Now, the problem of sanitation worker is a serious problem. That we have banned scavenging, and yet you can see that the incidence of scavenging is quite significant at an unacceptable level. Bayswater Wilson has been still working. Government denies in the court, but Bayswater brings out figures of the existence of several dry latrines. I mean, one of the solutions is if you don't have a dry latrine, if you have waterborne latrine, this problem will be solved to a greater extent. But it continues, and it continues in the public domain. It continues in the government sphere. It continues in the public domain where you have public latrines which are dry latrines. But I think the issue is that the problem continues. There are technological solutions which are proposed to resolve the issues of sanitation workers and take them out of this work and give them, rehabilitate them and bring them in a respectable occupation to self-employment, to wage employment. But the problem still exists at a very in a level which we should feel bad about it. Now, I think the Rais Mohammed is referring to a point, as well as Bayswater Wilson has also mentioned that about the close connection between the sanitary occupation and the caste. They have a point that sanitary work associated with cleanliness is everywhere in the world, and we have here in India too. But what's the difference? Why the stigma associated with the occupation, the stigma associated with Valmiki as a caste exists here? The reason is obviously the norms associated with caste and caste system. The untouchable being at the lowest hierarchy of the caste system, they are denied most of the right to property, right to education, right to employment, in a better quality job. But they are expected to serve the high caste in all their occupation as a manual labor. The most important point that we should remember is that they are debarred from the job which are performed by the Brahmin, by the Kshatriya, Shudra, and the Vaishya. But they are forced to work as a manual labor in agriculture, in industry, and of course all kind of occupation which are considered by them to be inferior occupation. And sanitation work falls into one of that category. And there are other occupations also. So working as a sanitation worker is something which is not very wrong. It's one of the work. But the caste system attribute meaning to that occupation to being inferior, and a job in which being an additional deprivation, as it is Valmiki or other scheduled castes are treated as untouchable, not to be touched, not to be seen, not to be approached. They stay in a segregated locality in the villages. They are denied several civic rights. We have Anti-Untouchability Act. So as it is, they suffer from a severe handicap and severe disabilities because of untouchability. But I think in case of sanitation workers, there is an additional deprivation. That there is an discrimination and loss of dignity because of the occupation itself. Although caste is not based on occupation, caste is based on ideology. But in case of sanitary worker, there is a special thing where the sanitation work is considered to be inferior, and the people, those who are engaged in that, suffer from an additional stigma. So I think this close connection between the caste and the problem of sanitation worker is very, very real. We ask a small question. There is a law that you should stop dry latrine, and yet the dry latrine and the sanitation work of the filthy nature continues, uh, even by the government sphere. And here is a society which doesn't want to leave it. The society doesn't want to get involved into that work. There is a study by Amit Thorat and others that why is it that the scheme of supplying the safety latrine in the villages is not successful. The reason is untouchability, because the people think that after 3 to 4 years they will have to clean up. That has come out very, 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 very clear. So here is a society and the government. Both are people who do not feel that the doing discrimination, treating the sanitation workers much worse than others is something wrong. The reason is the caste system, which is based on a particular ideology, is responsible for that. And everybody, the higher caste are victim of that ideology, whereby you treat the untouchable, and among them Valmikis, and among them the untouchable associated with other jobs which are considered to be filthy, maybe leather, maybe other occupations as such. So this is the ideology of inequality, unequal status, treating some people inferior simply because the religion tells us, simply because the value tells us. This is at the bottom and the crux of it. That despite law, it doesn't go. It means the society doesn't allow. You cannot bring social change by law alone. Law only provide you protection. Whenever you face discrimination, you can go to the court. But the practice of discrimination, practice of treating Valmiki differently, not having a dignity, is in the mind and the social action of the higher caste Hindu, which because of the caste system. And we love hierarchies, we love inferiority, we have that principle of inferiority and superiority in status. That is, in my view, is at the crux of the problem. The untouchability being and discrimination being a part of our values, which still continue as the past, which is leading in the present. That is at the crux of it. There are no social movement, anti-caste movement as such. We believe that Anti-Untouchability Act and Atrocity Act will take care of it. We don't start anti-caste movement. We don't feel even ashamed of practicing untouchability. We are not sensitive, because inequality is part of our thoughts. That is the crux of it. I think that is why it is becoming extremely difficult to deal with the problem of sanitation worker, to deal with the problem of untouchable in general. How do we address this issue is certainly a question. How to motivate people to build up anti-caste movement, how build up the movement against untouchability by the higher caste who are responsible for that. The movement by the untouchable, by Valmikis, will help them to a certain extent to get the right. But after all, those who practice untouchability, those who misbehave with Valmikis and sanitation workers, discriminate, it is they who have to change, and there is no movement among them. We can see whites engage in many anti-caste issue, anti-racial issue, but we don't see here a comprehensive movement. We only talk about it, that we are against caste, but there are no movement and program. That's what Dr. Ambedkar has recently said in his interview released his interview, that there is merely a talk, but there is no program, there is no protection. I think this is where I will stop. that how do we address this issue at an ideological level and build up the anti-caste movement. Of course, because changing people, changing norms is so extremely difficult. Therefore, the we go for a situation that just convert them, stop the dry land thing, convert them waterborne, ask the Valmiki to do the sanitation work, take an alternative occupation, because the values you are not going to change. High caste values and norms of discriminatory treatment will take God knows how many years. Therefore, we look for an alternative. Uh, so, if Mohammed was saying that why we should get a dignity for this work, he's right, but that won't come through because the high caste would not change. Therefore, Baiswada and others are talking for other alternatives. Please leave the job, rehabilitate them into some respectable occupation. You are not going to get respect as long as you are involved in the job. I think these are some of the issues that I wanted to share. Thank you.